From bustling cities to once lively communities, we've turned our backs on the remarkable structures of our past. These eerie, abandoned places hold secrets from the past. Would you dare to visit? Join me as we journey to the far corners of the earth to uncover the stories behind these deserted places frozen in time. What is it about these abandoned places that fascinates us? Is it the silence, the stillness, the ghostly reminders of lives once lived? Let us venture into the unknown and discover the allure of these mysterious destinations. Our journey begins off the coast of Nagasaki, Japan, where a concrete behemoth rises from the sea. This is Hashima Island, once the most densely populated place on Earth, now a spectral reminder of industrial ambition. Known as Gunkanjima, meaning Battleship Island, its silhouette does indeed resemble a warship. From the late 19th century to 1974, Hashima was a hive of activity, a coal mining community crammed onto this tiny island. The island was a marvel of engineering and human endeavor, a self-contained city with schools, hospitals, even a cinema all packed within its towering concrete walls. Today, Hashima stands as a stark monument to the transient nature of human industry, a ghost ship run aground on the shores of time. We travel now to the heart of Ukraine, to a city frozen in time. Pripyat, once a model Soviet city, now stands as a chilling testament to the devastating consequences of human error. In the spring of 1986, the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, located just a few kilometers away, suffered a catastrophic meltdown. Pripyat, home to the plant's workers and their families, was evacuated in haste. Its inhabitants promised they would return in a matter of days. But those days turned into weeks, then months, then years. Pripyat became a ghost town, its buildings left to decay, its streets slowly being reclaimed by nature. Today, an eerie silence hangs over Pripyat, a haunting reminder of the day time stood still. Our journey takes us now to the desolate Namib Desert in southern Africa, to a place where the sands of time have reclaimed what was once a bustling town. This is Kolmanskop, a diamond mining town that rose from the desert sands only to be swallowed by them once more. At the turn of the 20th century, diamonds were discovered in this arid landscape, sparking a diamond rush that drew fortune seekers from across the globe. Kolmanskop sprang up almost overnight, a beacon of extravagance in the midst of a harsh and unforgiving environment, but the diamond boom was short-lived. As quickly as it had begun, it ended, leaving behind a ghost town slowly being reclaimed by the relentless desert. Today, Kolmanskop is a surreal sight, its once grand buildings half buried in sand, their interiors filled with dunes that shift and change with the desert wind. Our exploration takes us next to the heart of Pennsylvania, USA, to a town caught in the fiery grip of an underground inferno. This is Centralia, a town that has been burning for over half a century, a smoldering testament to the hidden power of the earth. Beneath the streets of Centralia lies a network of abandoned coal mines, a labyrinth of tunnels and shafts that once fueled the local economy. In 1962, a fire ignited in these mines, a seemingly insignificant event that would have catastrophic consequences. Despite efforts to extinguish the blaze, the fire continued to burn, its relentless heat turning Centralia into a modern-day Pompeii. Today, Centralia is a ghost town, its streets cracked and empty, the air thick with the smell of sulfur. Our journey now takes us to the waters off the coast of England, where a cluster of strange structures rises from the sea, like something out of a science fiction film. These are the Monsal Sea Forts, relics of World War II, standing as a stark reminder of a time when Britain faced its darkest hour. During the war, these forts served as a first line of defense against German air raids and potential invasion. Manned by brave soldiers, they braved not only enemy attacks, but also the unforgiving conditions of the North Sea. After the war, the forts were decommissioned, left to the elements and the occasional adventurous soul who dared to venture out to them. We travel now to the heart of the Californian desert, to a place where the line between reality and illusion blurs. This is the Salton Sea, an accidental lake shimmering like a mirage beneath the scorching desert sun. Once a playground for Hollywood stars, the Salton Sea was created in the early 20th century when the Colorado River breached its banks, flooding this low-lying basin. For a time, the sea thrived, its shores lined with resorts and marinas, its waters teeming with fish, but the Salton Sea's fate was sealed by its own salinity. With no outlet, the water evaporated, leaving behind a concentrated brew of salts and agricultural runoff. Today, the Salton Sea is a haunting and surreal landscape, its abandoned resorts standing like skeletal remains against the backdrop of the desert. Our journey takes us deeper into California to a town frozen in time, a relic of the state's gold rush era. This is Bodie, a ghost town that stands as a testament to the boom and bust cycles of the American West. In the late 19th century, Bodie was a boom town, a magnet for prospectors hoping to strike it rich. Saloons, hotels, and gambling dens lined its dusty streets, catering to the needs and desires of its rough-and-tumble population. But Bodie's prosperity was as fleeting as a prospector's luck. As the gold veins ran dry, the town's fortunes dwindled. Today, Bodie is a state historic park, its buildings preserved in a state of arrested decay. Our exploration now takes us to Homebush Bay in Sydney, Australia, to witness a curious sight, a shipwreck transformed into a floating forest. This is the SS Airfield, a testament to nature's ability to reclaim even the most unlikely of places. The SS Airfield was a steam collier, transporting coal along the Australian coast. Retired in the 1970s, it was towed to Homebush Bay to be dismantled, but fate had other plans. The ship was left abandoned, and nature, as it often does, took over. Seeds carried by the wind found fertile ground in the ship's hull. Today, the SS Airfield is a verdant oasis in the middle of the industrial bay, its rusted hull adorned with a canopy of mangrove trees. Our penultimate destination takes us to the canals of Xochimilco, near Mexico City, to a place shrouded in unsettling tales and folklore. This is the Isla de las Muñecas, the island of the dolls, where hundreds, perhaps thousands of dolls hang from trees and walls, their lifeless eyes staring out from this eerie island sanctuary. The story goes that the island's caretaker, Don Julian Santana Barrera, found a drowned girl in the canal, and shortly after, a doll floating nearby. Haunted by the tragedy, he began hanging dolls he found in the trash or brought to the island, believing they would appease the girl's spirit. Over the years, the island became a macabre spectacle, the dolls weathered and dismembered, creating a disturbingly beautiful tableau. Our final destination takes us to the northern coast of Taiwan, to a place where futuristic architecture meets abandoned dreams. This is Sanji, where a cluster of pod-shaped houses resembling spaceships ready for takeoff stand abandoned, their otherworldly forms a jarring contrast to the surrounding landscape. Built in the late 1970s, these UFO houses were intended as a luxury resort, a futuristic escape for wealthy vacationers. But a series of unfortunate events, including fatal accidents and financial troubles, plagued the project, leading to its abandonment in 1980. For years, the UFO houses stood empty, their futuristic forms slowly decaying under the subtropical sun. In 2010, the UFO houses were finally demolished, their futuristic dreams reduced to rubble. From the ghost ships of Japan to the burning towns of America, we've journeyed to some of the strangest and most intriguing abandoned places on Earth. Each location, a testament to the ebb and flow of human endeavor, whispering tales of dreams realized and abandoned, of lives lived and lost. These abandoned places, though often tinged with sadness and decay, hold a strange allure. They remind us that even in absence there is beauty, and that even in decay there is a story to be told. What did you find most fascinating about these abandoned places? Share your thoughts and discoveries in the comments below.